beyond reality now. Nobody is losing out.
I don't think they're going to lose out either.
No.
But we're coming up with the hypothetical. We also don't really. I mean, our next conversation is the pipe dream of making the playoffs.
Exactly. Win games. Rather have the win games and be on the right than win games and be on the right path instead of continue searching for the right people.
You know, you guys were talking about Anthony Richardson in terms of a prospect, and I did not like the Josh Allen comparison because I think Josh Allen is an anomaly to being able to get somebody seasoned like him and actually turning to a very good, throwing quarterback. Don't forget, Mel Kiper, I always go back to this. Mel Kiper's top 10 quarterbacks of all time from grades. It's a really good list. He missed a couple times, but overall, there are legends on this list.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. And
we need to see.
Luck,
Elway, Luck, Jim Kelly, Aikman. Okay, he had Josh Allen 10th on that list. No, so I want to say this in terms of being. Let's see
Your
where
ring
he has
is white gold.
Graded. I know this guy's not the end-all, be-all,
right?
But it's a pretty reliable list. When you're just coming to crack.
Your ring looks like it's white gold.
Somewhat consistent.
Daryl and Taylor, you're 97 on the ticket.
Hey, how's it going today, guys?
Daryl, if they win Sunday, are you thinking playoffs?
My call was, I'm thinking a possible playoff regardless. The reason I say that is, the Giants prove another team that 8 or 9 wins can get you into the playoffs. I feel like the Rams is going to handle our business because the Rams is going to keep losing. So we're going to get a high draft pick for sure. The reason I want to keep winning is for players like Roquan Smith or somebody, a vet that can help us right now, look down there and be like, man, I like what they're doing. I don't want no prospect. I want proven players. And I feel like if we keep winning, that's going to attract more players.
And, that's a very valid point.
Yeah, guys want to win.
Yes.
And if you are a team that is on the rise, guys are going to want. They're more likely to look at Detroit and say, you know what? With all of the young talent that they have, we could go there and be a part of a winner for some time.
Correct.
And I really believe that the value of winning, especially by those that are always talking about, tank for a better draft pick, that hasn't worked. It doesn't work unless you have, all right, you've got John Elway as the #1 overall draft pick.
Right.
There's not a John Elway in this draft. I'm sorry, there's just not.
The thought is there's one guy that is, everybody would pick the same guy to be a potential Hall of Famer, and it's Will Anderson.
Right. Well,
right?
So,
That's who everybody right now, if you had to say, there's one Hall of Famer in this draft, everybody would say Will Anderson.
Well, there are some people who put Jalen Carter ahead of him.
There's
now.
no way. Stoney.
I know. I'm
telling you what. If those people actually had to put something on it, they would say Will Anderson.
Probably. I would say Will Anderson as well. But
what John's saying there, though, is there's one unicorn in this draft right now, and it's not a quarterback.
Right. And it just, yes, he can have a huge impact on games, but nowhere near the impact of a quarterback. Yeah. And I'm sorry, C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, Bryce Young, they're just not that.
I agree.
And at least coming out, I'm not saying they can't be that, but you're not going to tank with the hopes and dreams that they will be. And by the way, Mel Kiper right now has Anthony Richardson as #4 in the quarterbacks on his list. He actually has... Gov, you'll find this. This is why I say you just never know what will happen with the #1 overall pick. Houston may look at C.J. Stroud and say, I like C.J. Stroud. Right now, Mel Kiper, #1, C.J. Stroud. #2, Will Levis.
And he's holding the size against Young.
Right. #3, Bryce Young. #4, Anthony Richardson.
Garbage
5
truck.
Very interesting. All right. Time for news. Here's Evan.
So Starbucks workers from more than 100 different U.S. stores are going on strike today. So the walkout is scheduled for actually one of the busiest days of the year. This is the day that their annual Red Cup Day, which is when they give out these free reusable cups to customers to bring back to get their holiday drinks. So it's supposed to be a very busy day there, and a lot of employees are not going to be there apparently. So workers say that they want better pay, they want more consistent schedules, and they want higher staffing levels during the busy
Now it's
days.
turning.
And according to sources, the walkout will impact 7 Michigan stores, 3 in Ann Arbor. So those you might have some difficulty getting your coffee, at least getting it quickly. And then others are affected kind of throughout Michigan, not really in the Metro Detroit area, more Mount Pleasant, Lansing, East Lansing. There is one in Clinton Township, though, on Hall Road that's supposed to be impacted by this strike.
Well, I'm sure they'll be able to hire some other people that actually want to work.
Maybe. There's a lot of people that don't seem to want to work.
Yeah, well, I know.
I mean,
I know that's the problem right now, but if you don't like your job, then find a better one.
a barricaded gunman situation in Detroit came to an end after several hours on Thursday. Police say that a man fatally shot his neighbor, then barricaded himself in a home for several hours with multiple weapons. Police Chief James White was there on the scene. He says that the shooting stemmed from this dispute that goes back apparently about a year over an Amazon package that was delivered to the wrong house. So this guy who actually killed his neighbor had gotten in trouble, was facing a misdemeanor charge for something that stemmed over this package about a year ago. But James White says that the suspect eventually peacefully surrendered due to their amazing hostage negotiation team. He says that they stayed in contact with the suspect and they built this rapport with the individual so that no further violence was carried out. So there's a new video that was just released. You know what? I didn't hear about the story when it happened last month, but this video has been released of a Chippewa Valley School bus driver who is being accused, and you can see it in the video, of like brake checking these students. So she did admit that she was frustrated with the students, so basically just like slammed on the brakes. And these kids go flying forwards into the seat in front of them and then bounce back to their actual seats. And at the time, multiple students were injured. There were some concussions, a fractured nose, a sprained neck. Yeah, and at the time, the driver was placed on administrative leave and ultimately has since retired from the district, no longer works there. But this is the first time that many parents are actually being able to see the video. They say they complained, made a lot of calls to obviously the company who hires the bus drivers and then the school district. So finally this video is out. It sounds like the bus driver never faced any disciplinary action for this, but man, it's
a hard watch.
I understand that children are frustrating, especially on a bus. They're like letting loose, right? Like they've had to sit through class all day, and now they're with all their buddies. They're gonna make noise. They're probably throwing things. They're probably using some, not nice language maybe, but like, dude, you can't do that. You can't do that. We've talked a lot about Thanksgiving this morning and different types of food and how much different food will cost. Well, most people, speaking of food, are just ready to indulge. So the average person expects to gain 5.5 pounds by January 1st, and most people are totally fine with it. Like, they know this is the time that they're going to have that extra dessert. They're going to eat big meals. They're going to eat so much that they feel sick, and they're totally cool with it. 42% admit that they use the holidays as an excuse to eat whatever they want, and it starts right around now, mid-November.
Pumpkin pie. Extra whipped cream.
Yeah. So John, you'll indulge at least on the holidays, and then go back to your regular scheduled
On
programming.
Thursday, I will eat so much on Thursday that it will be uncomfortable.
Yes.
Wow. I ate a lot yesterday. We had the lunch we went to, and then West Bloomfield High School had a thank you dinner to like the volunteers for their athletics department.
Nice.
So I went obviously. And
here.
they had a little Thanksgiving.
Birdman.
Yeah.
But here's the rationalization behind eating it so much is that, first of all, turkey is low fat. You can have as much turkey as you want, and it's guilt-free. Green bean casserole, it's my vegetable. Sweet potato pie, it's sweet potatoes. Like, I go down the list, and I'm thinking, this is a very